Okay, so thanks for having me. My name is Maarten de Kat. I'm co-founder and CTO of Elimity. And briefly said, we help enterprises lower their cyber risk by having more control over who can access what data within the company. And we do that mainly through our SaaS application for identity intelligence. After raising first customer base in Benelux, we're now looking to grow internationally, amongst which also to London, which is why we're in this competition. So having control over who can access which data in an organization is key to addressing cyber threats, regulations, privacy. That's the whole point of the whole market of identity and access management, and it has been since the last decade. However, since then, mainly in enterprises, you see that IT complexity has only been growing. There's an increasing amount of employees, of customers, of applications, a growing mix of on-premise and cloud applications, surging compliance pressure from regulatory bodies. And the standard approach to having control over who can access what is identity governance, which with processes like requesting access, approving access, reviewing access, and that's having a hard time keeping up with this complexity. This leads to high maintenance costs, but most importantly, security risks. And identity intelligence is becoming widely recognized by analysts and industry experts as the solution to these issues. Identity intelligence enhances human governance processes by using the objective data of accounts, permissions, groups, HR information, and so on to first help security experts understand their cyber risk posture in their company by answering questions like who can access critical applications, which employees have permissions that allow them to commit fraud, by adding management reporting about compliance, and so on. And then secondly, once you have that data, not just giving it to the core security experts, but empowering also all the line managers, application owners, role owners, what have you in an enterprise, by securely sharing this data in a way that is easy to digest for these often non-technical people. And then finally, once you have this high quality identity data, also use it for a basis, as a basis for identity, for artificial intelligence, for then automating the identity decisions in the governance processes. Well, in short, improved security, improved compliance, and better efficiency, that's the promise of identity intelligence. And Elimity, briefly said, is the identity intelligence company. We live and breathe this matter. Our mission is to improve companies' cyber risk posture by putting their identity data to work. And as said, we mainly do that through our SaaS platform specifically built for identity intelligence. This means it makes it easy to gather identity data from the most important applications in an enterprise. Then our core IP is a powerful engine built specifically for querying this data, visualizing controls, and automating follow-up. We then provide an extensive set of analytics and controls specifically for identity and access management for regulations like ISO 27001 or SOC 2 for common high-risk applications. And then finally, APIs to integrate this into the existing processes and automate access decisions, approvals, reviews, and so on. In terms of the company, we started Elimity 3 years ago. We've now built our first customer base in the Benelux, ranging from small but highly regulated banks looking for the sheer efficiency of our approach, to a Fortune 500 bank where we empower over 500 security professionals with our platform, up to the largest SAP deployment in the world, where we've automated the permission assignments. And in terms of the team, a major achievement of the last year is that we finally completed our team, now consisting of 12 people, of which a commercial and a technical founder, an ex-Varonis as head of sales, and a very capable head of engineering and ex-CEO of Ubisen in our board of directors. And that and our first investment round led by 2 Belgian banks makes us now ready to scale. And as I said, that's why we're here. We've built our first customer base. We're ready to scale. So now let's put the UK's identity data to work. Thanks.